Guys, PvP Season 28 is right around the corner, and I wanted to make a quick video that would give some insight and hopefully increase your chances of getting that Plat badge. Now, for whatever reason, whether it be you just want to show off and have a cool little silver badge, you think it's cool, I personally like it and think it's cool, or you're trying to hunt down one of those leaderboard spots, these 5 tips that I'm going to give you I've personally used myself, and I think that they're going to be very, very valuable lessons for you all in order to improve your chances of holding a Plat rank throughout the entirety of the next PvP season. So please stick around for the entire video, and if you like more Guild Wars 2 content or MMO content in general, we're going to be doing some other videos. My New World video should be coming out shortly as well, my first impressions, and I am getting into PvP in that game as well, so I want to just explore a little bit of the mechanics that I've personally learned through PvP in New World as well. So subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you want to see more content, MMO focused or Guild Wars 2 focused. And also, if you wouldn't mind while you're here, just please like the video. It does help with the algorithm, and I would really appreciate everybody who's here to support, and it pushes me to give more videos and more tips and tricks on the different aspects of Guild Wars 2. So the first tip that I'm going to be giving you today is going to be, before the season starts, you should probably start dueling more in duel arenas. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, 1, you don't want to duel. 2, you probably don't know anybody to duel. Or 3, duel servers just don't exist like they used to. But what I plan to do to kind of help with that, I'm not going to give you a tip and you just be like, but Keyba, nobody duels, why are you giving me this useless tip? Well, starting Friday nights around 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be facilitating and possibly doing some prize giveaways for some small little 1v1 tournaments. I don't know if you call it a tournament. More like King of the Ring kind of thing, where we have some gold involved, so it makes it valuable for everybody. But I just want the entire community that wants to learn how to duels, get some constructive feedback, and also just chat. We will be live in the Discord server as well on voice. You don't have to join, but that's something that I wanted to do as well, to kind of just help if you want to have any sort of conversation or you just want to ask any questions. So Friday nights around 8 p.m. Central, we'll be starting, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing more of these Friday night duels. So that's the first tip. It helped me immensely when I was in gold quite some time ago and I could not break out of gold. I started to just put all my pride to the side and my ego and duel a lot of people that were in duel servers. They really did get the best of me for a while, but you know, at the end of it all, it paid off in dividends, because I mean, as of last, I mean, I'm pretty comfortable going into solo queue Plat 2. It's not too strange for me to do nowadays, but I only can say thanks to all the players before me who had helped me along the ways through those duels. So duel more and come to those Friday night duel sessions with me on my server. The server is going to be called Keyba's server. The second tip that I want to give you is something that I had a problem with for the last 7 years before I decided to change my mind on it, and that is learning new classes and builds by yourself. What that means is, if you are hard stuck on a certain class or profession, stop being hard stuck. Unranked is a really great way for you as an individual to pick up a new class and a build that you want to play during the season, and have no sort of punishing factors if you lose a game, aside from, well, you lose a game. As you guys have all known, I played Warrior for 7 years before I even decided to switch to another class. And I was just getting fed up with the fact that, unfortunately, as much as I love Guild Wars 2, the balance does kind of have a problem with making sure that all classes are represented equally. So Warrior, being one of the classes that I personally feel like can either be very good or very bad, was very bad half the time. And after a certain point, nobody wanted to play with me anymore. They just kind of, picked somebody else. But it only encouraged me to learn different builds and classes. Now, one of the ways that I was able to do this and actually have fun was I started setting small little goals of trying to get all the champion titles, all the profession specific ones anyways. And throughout that time, what it more or less taught me was not only how to play the class, but how to counter that class whenever I'm playing something else that I want to play. So I'll be making another video as well on the benefits of multi-classing versus staying in one class. And I think it's going to break it down more into detail. But definitely play unranked, learn meta through your own perspective and experiences. So that way in your mind it makes sense when you're fighting a certain class or build. You can reflect back on the time that you played it and think, oh wow, yeah, they do this skill which hurts me in this way. It should also give you another appreciation. Most people that stay with one class tend to say everything's broken but their class whenever they lose or die, and then they go to a class that they think is broken and they're getting one shot. So I definitely encourage you all to try to play a different class and do that before the tournament or the PvP season. I promise you it will definitely increase your chances of getting into Plat during the next season and follow-on seasons after. Okay everybody, so the third tip that I want to go over with everybody is I believe it is very underestimated, but I'll explain why. First off, the settings in the game and the graphics, it is very nice to look at the game at max setting with max resolution. It's a very beautiful game. If I was to go here and do best appearance, which I'm sure that many computers aren't able to, but either way, if you do run this game, not only is it going to decrease your frames per second, but it's also going to make it very difficult when you're fighting in a PvP game mode to be able to see with your eyes, because your eyes will not be able to react quickly whenever there's just tons of light everywhere to certain abilities or skills that would necessarily, like, they would just one-shot you, right? So what I tend to do is, first I try to make sure that I auto-detect to see what my PC can handle at the best level. And then from there, I change a few things. I take off shadows. You don't need shadows. You leave your shaders low. Post-processing, I put none. And then also I put render sample, super sample, just to get a little bit more sharpness. But the reason I put post-processing to none is because I don't want any sort of, I want it to be kind of like monochromatic. I don't want too many vibrant colors out there. That way it helps me adjust with my eyes and seeing the skill. So you don't necessarily have to have quicker reactions, but if you just change your settings to make it easier for you to be able to see what your opponent is doing or channeling, then I definitely believe that's going to help you survive a lot longer, which in return is going to make you win more games and place into Plat. Alright, so tip number 4, everybody. This one, again, I believe is underestimated, and it is optimizing your keybinds. So we all have our favorite keybinds that we use, and I'm well aware of that. But when it comes to learning how to be more proficient with your keybinds, i.e. making sure that you have a lower reaction or response time to a skill using a heal or something like that, 1 second can make a huge difference. So what I've done, and I made a video about my keybinds, so I'm not going to go over too much into detail, but my whole philosophy behind my keybinds was anything that could fit in my hand on my keyboard is fair game for any of my skills. And I try to prioritize the skills that are going to be very important to the fingers, or well, the placement that's going to be a lot faster for me to be able to click. For example, you see here my mouse 5 is my healing skill, because healing is obviously very important. You may need to click that skill at the last second because you just took a massive burst. So that is going to be a lot easier for me to use when I have it on my thumb on my mouse hand instead of using my hand at the same time. Utility skills as well, I have those on some of my other mouse buttons because those are my stun breaks. So anything that's going to keep me alive is generally going to be the skills that I choose to be able to click the fastest. And aside from that, everything else is going to be skills that I can click almost as quickly, maybe not so quick, but I want to make sure that I can reach them all with my hand. So that way, if I need to use something or I see an opportunity to kill an opponent, I'll be able to get them down before they're able to react and use their skills. You've probably seen this a lot that I've done. I can showcase some videos and whatnot of literally split-second wins that I've had just based on my keybinds. So once again, guys, I cannot emphasize how important keybinds are. if you really want to maximize your chances of winning the most amount of games. And the final tip that I have for everybody is just be a part of the community, the Keyba community, that is. It's a weird tip, I know, but the reason I say that is because a lot of these things that I want to do is to help everyone else just get where they want to get goal-wise within Guild Wars 2 PvP. Ultimately, I want to bring back more love to PvP. I know it gets a lot of hate, but I want to make it more fun for individuals who aren't necessarily looking to always just be the best, but just want to have fun playing PvP and also want to win. And like I said, ultimately, it's up to you for your reasons or goals why you want to do it. I'm just here to help. But for whatever reason you may want a plat badge or a title, I can definitely give some insight and I want to help. But I can't do that if I don't know or don't have any sort of feedback or any questions given to me. So join the Discord. The link is going to be down below. And also participate in some of the duel sessions that we have. I'm going to also be running tournaments. You'll probably see a lot of notifications throughout Discord. I'll obviously use my videos as a platform, and then also my stream. If you want to come by and just watch me play in Guild Wars 2 or any other MMO, come by the stream. We're streaming pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Late night streams, so around 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, which is generally the best time that I can get out of a lot of my other duties at home. So I definitely want to see all of you there, and I hope this helps. If you guys have any sort of insight, please leave it in the comments below. And also any other tips that you may have, any players that genuinely pretty much get into plat and want to help any of the other players here that are on the channel that want to get into that level, please leave those tips down below. I'm sure they'll be helpful. Builds, also we're going to be linking builds in the Discord channel and anything in between. So hope to see you guys in the next video, and take care.